Hey guys, happy Friday. Wanted to bring you video 2 of the Life Unlimited Academy, the Chris Estes information. We'll get to that in just a second, but I'm really excited. I'm wearing my shirt, Shift into High Gear. Got this at the Zija National Convention last year. I want to encourage you to register for that. You will not believe what you get out of it. It is a must-go-to event. Find a way to make that happen. You can do that in your back office. Contact us if you need information. Just got off the back porch with someone on our team, as well as a new person who just got in this evening. He's super excited. He's been on the product for almost 2 years, and he's saying it's time to start sharing this with people. So that, along with the call that I just received right after that, where a guy who I reached out to a year and a half ago, he had zero interest. He saw the community, he saw the team, and he sent me a message telling me he thinks it's really cool how we're a positive group, and he wants to be a part of it. So I tell you those things to try to have you understand that just like in basketball, you can't score if you don't shoot. And some days you don't make any shots. Other days you do make some shots. Today happened to be a good day. We made a few shots. Tomorrow, who knows? But I can guarantee you one thing. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to make sure that I put the ball up and give it a chance to go in. How am I going to do that? I'm going to work the system. I'm going to use three-way calls, and I'm going to introduce it to as many people as possible in a very simple way. Use the system. Chris Estes said, and I'm going to read to you now a little bit, network marketing. He talked about just basic network marketing. He said, it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than the alternative, working 30 to 40 years to get something that you're not going to be happy with anyway. He says it's not always fun. Network marketing is not always fun, but it's a whole lot better than, the other ways to make a living. He says it's 100% legitimate business. And he said if you don't believe him, ask Donald Trump. Ask these other huge people in business, Anthony Robbins, that love network marketing, that say if they had to do it all over again, they would find a great network marketing company on the cusp of something big, and they would get to work. He also said, if you sell, you will fail. In other words, folks, don't try to sell anything. Number one, it's not fun. Nobody really enjoys going and trying to sell people something. What he says you do is you go share. There is a difference. He says people won't want to be sold, they want to buy, and that is the truth. They want to buy you. They want to buy your excitement. Folks, we've got the product. You don't have to worry about that. We've got the company. You don't have to worry about that. We are positioned to be a humongous company. We're 10 years in. We are just on the cusp of really doing some huge things. All that's left is for you to share it with as many people as possible using our system. He says they won't come up to you and say, for example, Eddie, I need your help. They will not come up to you and say that. It's up to us to go to them and say, can I help you? I have something that, yes, can help you. This is a part-time business, he says, but it's not a spare time business. He says no one has spare time. You ask anybody, you got any spare time? They're going to say no. Because everybody's idea of extra time is relative. Okay, I don't have any extra time. If you ask my mom, she'd say I work all the time and, I've got this going and that going and I need to smell the roses. But what I do is I find a little bit of extra time in between all those other things, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, to make it happen. He says you might need to get out of something to get into Zija. In other words, man, sorry about that. A TV show, maybe, that you really like to watch. Spend that time building your business. He's saying growing in this business requires you to do that. He says you can't expect, this is good, you can't expect courtside seats if you put in nosebleed efforts. Nosebleed efforts, Courtside seats, they don't go hand in hand. You put in courtside seat efforts and you're going to end up with courtside seats. The rules of the game. Remember we talked about this. Straight from Chris Estes. Number 1, people will say no. Number 1 rule, people will say no. You got to know that. You will get punched right in the mouth, and it doesn't feel good. Just like it's not going to feel good if you physically get punched in the mouth. It hurts the ego. It hurts the self-esteem. Don't worry about it. Easier said than done, but just expect it. Don't worry about it. Move on to the next person. People don't know what they don't know, so they may be negative. Don't worry about it. They don't know about Zija. They don't know how awesome the products are. Shoot, over half the people that I have in wanted nothing to do with it. They didn't want to take the product, but they wouldn't go a day without it now. Move on and keep going. Always take a shot. You never know who your next big person or your next big distributor is going to be. And don't forget to go through people. You sign up Johnny, it may not be Johnny. Remember, use Johnny as a doorway to get to all the people that Johnny knows. That's important. He says it's important to understand you won't catch every ship. Okay? Some are supposed to say no. That was pretty neat to hear him say that. Some people aren't supposed to be in, and it's okay. Move on to the next person. And rule number 2, people are going to quit. Sometimes you got to let them go. Don't let others dictate your business or steal your time if they're a quitter. Run with the runners. Find those runners and work with those people. Work through those people. He says you can't pour gas on wet wood and expect it to burn. I thought that was good. So people that aren't plugged in, love on them, drip on them, tell them you're here for them. But again, you can't pour gas on wet wood. He says let them go and then later do a U-turn and go back and help them. Number 3, people will make fun of you. They'll jab at you. People need to know that you that you got to be tough. In this business, you have to be tough. You fill your journey with negative people, he says, and you will absolutely be in for some big disappointment. Hang out with the positive people. Don't let negative people rent space in your head, he says. Go out, be proud of what you're doing. They see your belief and they want to be a part of that. Our job is to suspend their disbelief long enough to allow them to find their own belief, okay? Long enough so that they begin to believe. Belief happens daily, not just in a day. It happens every day. So understand it's going to take a while, okay? Read books, listen every day, listen to tapes. He calls it Drive Time University. Don't waste your time listening to garbage on the radio. Find good things to listen to. Use that time to also make calls. What entertains you, trains you. If you're watching trash, listening to trash, that's training you to be a way that you probably won't have a whole lot of success with. Be a winner, excuse me, not a whiner. Find your why. Number 4, find your why. When you find your why, you find your way, he says. The strength of your reason will determine the length of your season. Make it personal. Make your why personal. The hiccups and heartaches won't matter if your why is strong enough. I thought that was fantastic. Don't worry about it. The hiccups, the heartaches, bust right through them because your why is so strong. Your why or your reason gets you through the tough times. Get in and do your job and get out and live life unlimited, he says. The reason or why must be so personal that it allows you to overcome the hard parts. This will eventually just start to evolve and become who you are. Folks, we have a wonderful thing here. We have a team. We have a system. Use it. Let's go change some lives, and I'll talk to you real soon. God bless.